A single coin from nearly a century ago holds a secret that transforms ordinary collectors into legends. And today, you are about to uncover why the 1928 Wreath Crown is one of the most desirable and powerful treasures ever struck in British numismatic history. This is not just a coin. This is a monument in silver, a masterpiece that refuses to fade, a rare survivor from a time when tradition, artistry, and national pride came together to forge something extraordinary. And as we travel deeper into its story, you will see why collectors chase it relentlessly, why auction rooms fall silent when it appears, and why its value can rise far beyond what anyone imagined. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe, because the history you are about to hear is the gateway into a world only a few people truly understand. To understand the 1928 Wreath Crown, you first need to feel the world in which it was born. Britain was changing. The First World War had ended only a decade earlier, the British Empire was still vast, and King George V stood as a symbol of stability during an era of deep transformation. The minting of crowns, once a traditional practice, had been nearly abandoned. But in the 1920s, something remarkable happened. A special series of wreath crowns emerged, struck not for everyday circulation but for collectors, for ceremonial meaning, and for the preservation of British artistic heritage. These coins were intentionally limited, intentionally elegant, intentionally rare. And among them, the 1928 issue would rise above all others. Before we enter the full story of this magnificent coin, this is your moment to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another journey into the world of valuable treasures, rare coins, and forgotten history brought back to life. The transition toward the extraordinary begins here, with a background of a design that came from the genius of George William de Saulles and continued under the expertise of Percy Metcalfe. The wreath motif, carefully placed around the crowned effigy of King George V, symbolized victory, honor, and resilience. It was a deliberate return to classical beauty, crafted at a time when the nation needed reminders of its strength. The reverse design, a stunning wreath of roses, thistles, shamrocks, and leeks, represented unity between England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. The 1928 Wreath Crown is not just a coin, it is a silent ambassador of the United Kingdom spirit. Its artistry is unmatched in the entire Crown series. The mintage of the 1928 Wreath Crown is at the heart of its rarity. Only a very small number of these coins were produced, estimated around 9,000 pieces, making it one of the lowest mintage crowns of the 20th century. But the real reason it became so valuable is not just the small mintage. It is the survival rate. Many were mishandled, many were lost, many were melted in the silver crises that followed. And today, the number of true high-grade survivors is shockingly small. When one appears in pristine condition, collectors react instantly because they know such an opportunity may not come again for years or even decades. The value of the coin is not merely in its rarity but in its condition. A circulated example still commands strong respect, but a gem-quality proof-like example can achieve a staggering price. At auction, top-tier specimens have reached values as high as $3,000 to $6,000, with exceptional graded pieces pushing beyond $10,000 depending on the grading authority and market conditions. And as demand continues to rise in the global numismatic world, collectors today see the 1928 Wreath Crown as an investment that carries both beauty and financial strength. What truly separates this coin from many others is its story of resilience. It came at the end of the Wreath Crown series, marking the final expression of a remarkable design era. After 1928, the British Royal Mint shifted in a new direction, leaving the wreath design behind forever. This makes the 1928 issue not only the last of its kind but also the finisher of a legacy. Collectors value final issues immensely because they signify closure, heritage, and the end of an era that will never return. As we move deeper into this tale of silver and history, remember that what you hold in your hands when you acquire a 1928 Wreath Crown is not simply metal. You hold time. You hold artistry. You hold legacy. You hold a piece of King George V's world, a snapshot of Britain's cultural and political identity captured in silver and preserved for nearly 100 years. Its surfaces reflect the care of its owner, its strike reflects the technology of its age, and its presence reflects the prestige of every collector who has ever sought it. The motivation behind acquiring a coin like this is more than financial. It represents ambition. It represents achievement. Collectors who own the 1928 Wreath Crown often speak about how it elevates their entire collection. That is because the coin itself carries a distinct aura. It is calm, dignified, powerful, and timeless in a way that few coins ever achieve. It is one of those pieces that make visitors stop, stare, and ask questions. It demands attention without needing to shout. The silver used to craft this masterpiece is sterling silver, 0.925 fine. The weight and thickness feel substantial in the hand, and the strike shows the precision of the Royal Mint's craftsmanship at a time when machine accuracy was evolving into a new era. Holding this coin is like holding the bridge between classical minting and modern minting. It stands on the border between tradition and technological evolution, and that is one of the reasons collectors chase it passionately. When discussing its value, it is essential to highlight the nature of global demand. This is not a coin desired only by British collectors. It is a global treasure. Collectors in the United States, Canada, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East all seek it. International demand pushes its price higher every year. The highest sale recorded for a superb example crossed well beyond $10,000, and experts believe that as the number of top-grade specimens shrinks further, values will continue to rise. Before we continue to the deeper layers of its history, take a moment to subscribe because the next chapters of this story reveal the unseen side of its journey and the power it holds for collectors of the future. The 1928 Wreath Crown carries a legacy tied not only to its mintage year but also to the emotional meaning it holds for those who lived through the era. The 1920s in Britain were a time of recovery. The people were rebuilding their lives, industries were stabilizing, and society was adjusting to a world forever changed by war. This coin symbolizes calm after the storm. It was a reminder that the nation endured and that beauty remained a vital part of its identity. Each wreath element on the reverse was chosen with care to represent unity among the regions of the United Kingdom. Collectors often note how the patina on older specimens tells its own private story. Some coins show gentle golden toning, while others develop deeper shades of blue, violet, or gray. These colors form over decades of natural aging, and for many collectors, they enhance the value and emotional appeal. Natural toning is considered a sign of authenticity and age, and in the numismatic world, it is treated as a quiet whisper from history, telling you that the coin survived untouched. Another reason this coin remains powerful is its connection to King George V. His reign represents one of the most historically significant chapters in British history. His portrait on the obverse of the coin is one of the most admired artistic renditions, capturing the king's dignity, responsibility, and calm demeanor. Coins from his era attract collectors worldwide, and the 1928 Wreath Crown stands as one of the crown jewels of his numismatic legacy.